The family moved into the house in Enfield, eager to start their new life in a new place. But from the moment they stepped inside, they knew something was wrong. Strange things began to happen. Doors would slam shut on their own, objects would move seemingly by themselves, and they could hear whispers in the middle of the night. The family tried to brush it off, thinking it was just the normal settling of a new house. But as the days went on, the occurrences became more frequent and more disturbing. They couldn't deny it any longer. There was something sinister lurking in the shadows of their new home, something that had been waiting for them. And it was only a matter of time before it revealed itself. The family's fear turned to terror as the poltergeist began to reveal itself. Strange noises and unexplained movements in the house only escalated. Doors would slam shut with a force that could not be natural. The family could hear footsteps coming from empty rooms, and they could see objects moving on their own. They tried to deny the reality of what was happening, but it became impossible to ignore. The poltergeist was becoming more and more active, and its presence was suffocating. They knew that they were not alone in the house and that whatever was with them was not friendly. The family was trapped, and there seemed to be no escape from the malevolent force that had taken over their home. The family was desperate to rid themselves of the poltergeist, so they reached out to paranormal investigators and experts in the field. They hoped that they would be able to help them banish the evil entity that had taken over their home. But as they tried to fight back against the poltergeist, things only got worse. The activity became more violent and terrifying than ever before. The experts were baffled, unable to explain what was happening, and powerless to stop it. The family was left feeling hopeless, with no idea how to protect themselves from the malevolent force that was tearing them apart. They were being tormented by something that they couldn't understand, something that seemed to feed off their fear and desperation. It was a nightmare that they couldn't escape from. As the family and experts continued their investigations, they began to uncover the horrifying truth behind the poltergeist's presence in their home. It became clear that the malevolent entity had a dark and twisted motive. It wasn't just there to cause chaos and destruction, it was actively seeking to harm the family. The more they learned about the poltergeist, the more sinister its intentions became. It seemed to derive pleasure from the family's fear and suffering, feeding off their negative emotions. The family felt like they were caught in a never-ending nightmare, with no way to fight back against the poltergeist's relentless attacks. The entity's motivations were becoming clearer with each passing day, and the family knew that they had to find a way to stop it before it was too late. The family's desperate struggle against the malevolent poltergeist reached its climax in a final, terrifying showdown. They knew that this was the moment they had been dreading, and they steeled themselves for the fight of their lives. The poltergeist's attacks were more ferocious than ever, and the family was pushed to the brink of exhaustion as they fought back against the entity. But they refused to give up, knowing that they were fighting for their very lives. With everything ready, the family battled the poltergeist, hoping to banish it from their home once and for all. The climax was a harrowing, nail-biting experience that left the family forever changed. They had faced true terror and emerged victorious, but the experience would haunt them for the rest of their lives. As the dust settled after the final confrontation with the poltergeist, the family was left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. Though they had survived the terrifying ordeal, they were forever changed by the experience. The memories of the malevolent spirit that had tormented them would stay with them for the rest of their lives, a constant reminder of the horrors they had endured. They tried to return to their normal lives, but they knew that things would never truly be the same. The Enfield Poltergeist had left a permanent mark on their family, one that would never be forgotten.